G'day folks, today's video is about extending an aluminium tube. It might be a seat pole, albeit today I'm extending two tubes on a bait board. Now this is how the customer has done this. It's a fair effort and I'm basically going to do exactly what he's done but just out of the right materials. He's done a fair effort at home, but this is how you would extend a pipe on either a pedestal seat, albeit a bait board. Okay, so this guy has extended the tube. It's an aluminium tube. He's extended it with some steel and he's put a wrap around the outside of it to lock it in place. And he's also, if I remove this, he's also put a spigot up the inside of it to lock it all together, which is essentially what I'm going to do today. I've got a spigot that goes up the inside of it and a tube that goes on the outside of it. I'm going to separate it a little bit here. So I'll zoom in on that just a little tiny bit. Okay, I've got these special tools that I've made up here. These are just a jig. Jigs are always handy. I've done a few videos on some jigs, but this is just an angle welded to a flat plate. And what that does is you can place your tube inside the angle and then we clamp it down with some clamps and lock this in place, and the angle will hold the tube level with each other. So today I've got the tube up the inside and I will probably drill a hole in here and here and weld the hole up through the hole onto this tube. Because I can't get a weld on this one up inside of it, I'll do that with this one and then weld around here, but I'm just going to leave a little, like call it a penetration gap. I'm going to leave a little gap and I'll weld these two together, or weld these three together, 1, 2, and the piece in the middle, 3. I'll weld them all together and then I will also weld the end in here where this piece comes through. I will weld that in that end there so that it has a full spigot and super strength, especially if you're using it on a seat pole. You will need to do this. So I'll just walk you around the setup. I've got 2 of these jigs, one to give me the height at this end and the other one is where the join is. I've also got a good penetration gap there and you can see the spigot up the inside. I can get a weld around the inside there. But first things I must do is drill 2 holes. Now I estimate that the spigot tube comes up to about here somewhere. So I'll pull that out and sit that in there and you can see where the spigot tube comes to. I'm going to drill 2 holes so that I pick up this material which goes up the inside of it. And inside it goes and I leave myself a nice little weld area in there. Tricks of the trade for you today. All right, I'm going to get a drill and drill these 2 holes. Before we drill, we've got a mark, so I'm going to take this out, put it on my job here and just mark. I want to get it as close to the end as I can. Somewhere there would be nice, somewhere here would be nice. Okay, first I like to drill with a pilot hole, just a small one. And then if I use a bit bigger drill, and there are our holes. I will clean out the inside of that, but just for showing you, we can see that that fits up the inside there. You can see that going through there. When I weld this, it will penetrate into that spigot and hold it in place. And we'll still have this gap here and weld around this end. Okay, so I've wire buffed all of the old material and the new material. Well, I haven't wire buffed that, and I don't think I need to. But I've chosen the method today that I'm going to use is the MIG. And the reason for that is we just want it quickly done. All right. And here we go. And it's that quick, and we'll flip that around and we'll weld the other side, and we will leave it like that finished. Okay, I've reset this now, and the jig has to be away from the weld and away from those two drill holes underneath there because it sits up proud. So now I just finish off this weld here. I didn't bother about putting two on the other side, two's enough. I'll just weld this out very quickly. There we have it. Now I could sand this off just a little bit because normally you wouldn't sand anything off, but because we've left a gap, there's a penetration gap and that's filled with weld. So normally when you butt two pieces together, the weld on the outside or the lump of the weld on the outside is considered its strength. But because we've given such a big gap and welded onto the spigot on the inside, we don't need to do that. We can sand that smooth. If this has to fit inside a spigot in the boat, which it does, but the spigot's only this long. So I could leave the weld, but because we did it with the MIG, I'll sand it off nice and neat. I've reset the clamps so that I can sand this. there we have it all sanded up. To make it that little bit better, I'll just hit it with the wire buff. So there we go, both of them extended now, sanded off. I'm guessing I'm going to have some questions of why didn't you use the TIG. Well, the TIG's just a little bit more difficult to use there's more parts to it, and you've got to use two hands, and we're talking time, and we're changing it, what about how neat it looks? I mean, it does look pretty neat. You can see there's a sand mark. If it was TIG welded and it went inside a spigot, you'd still have to sand it off as well. I've heard the jokes of become a good Boilermaker, become a good sander, but that's not the case here. We just need to make it, for you DIY blokes at home, they've probably got a MIG, you can do it with a MIG. It just shows you strength is not compromised because we've used a spigot all the way up the inside of it as well. Potentially, if you didn't have the spigot, you'd probably want to do it with the TIG. It's a little bit stronger. But what we're changed from is this system here with some clamps on it and a plastic spigot up the inside, which worked well. It was just a little bit floppy, to now we're going to put this in the boat and it will look a whole lot better. All finished now. Here's the little spigot, so we've got to locate it in. I didn't do this, it was already done like this, but this is what the old one did as well, but it just flopped a little bit more with the plastic. But it's high enough, he wants it that high, so that he can use the bait board at the height he wishes to. But that's another successful job done. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.